Hey guys, it's Alyssa with the Walla Walla YMCA Child Development Department, and today we are going to be finishing Judy Moody Saves the World. When we left off, all of the kids were making reports and researching their endangered species that they were assigned, and Judy was assigned the Northeast Beach Tiger Beetle, if we remember. And we are picking up on Chapter 6, Pond Scum. Judy worked on her report all weekend. In science on Monday, the class presented its endangered species. Frank told the class how a monkey face mussel got its name. Jessica Finch showed a shiny pigtail shell that looked like a striped Hershey's Kiss. Judy bragged about the importance of the Northeast Beach tiger beetle. Tiger beetles recycle dead trees and eat tons of harmful insects, so don't step on them. Got a little show of the report. They are really fast and tricky, like tigers. Their rainforest cousin, the Hercules beetle, is 6 inches long. Tiger beetles make a loud buzzing sound, like this. Buzz. The end. When they were all finished, Mr. Todd said, "Good job. Thank you all for raising awareness about these special creatures. Remember, if you find one of these animals in the wild, put it back. It's important not to remove creatures from their natural habitats." Suddenly, Judy had an idea, an Einstein idea. It was time to call a secret club meeting. She passed a note to Frank. "Emergency meeting in the Toad Pea Club today. Pass this note to Rocky." Jessica leaned forward, trying to see Judy's note. "I bet you can't even spell the word endangered," hissed Jessica. "Yes, I can," said Judy. Gone, gone. Judy had ants in her pants all through spelling. Bzzz. At last the bell rang, like a sweet chorus of buzzing tiger beetles, and she, Judy Moody, was gone. After school, Frank, Rocky, and Judy crawled inside the blue tent in Judy's backyard. While they waited for Stink, Judy whispered the plan to Frank and Rocky. "I'll get rid of Stink," said Rocky. "And I'll keep an eye on Toady," said Frank. Finally, Stink crawled inside the tent, carrying Toady, their mascot, in a yogurt container. "Where are we going to put Toady today?" asked Stink. "Over here in the corner by me," said Frank. "I'll guard him. And don't pick him up with your bare hands, Stink, or he'll get you, if you know what I mean," Judy warned him. "Hey, did you know if you change 2 letters around in Toady, you get today?" asked Stink. "That's nice, Stink," said Judy. "Did you know if you add 3 letters to Stink, you get Stink Bug?" Stink ignored her. "It's squishy in here," he complained. "Try making yourself a little smaller, Stink. People take up too much room on the planet. That is why there are so many problems." "Oh, brother," said Stink. "Why are we here anyway?" "No reason," said Rocky. He kicked Frank's shoe, and Frank nudged Judy, and all 3 cracked up. "Let's brainstorm," said Frank. Think up stuff that we can do in our club. Even though it's really hot and crowded in here." "I'm too squished. It's too hot in here to brainstorm," said Stink. "It's global warming," said Judy, "right here in Virginia." Stink panted like a dog. "Stink, don't breathe so much. You'll ruin the ozone layer," said Judy. "There's already a hole over Antarctica." "You're in the ozone layer," said Stink. He crawled out of the tent. "Perfect," said Judy. Judy, Rocky, and Frank double high-fived each other. "And he forgot to take Toady," said Rocky. "Today is your lucky day, Toady." "Today is the day we save the world, starting with you," Judy said. Frank picked up Toady. Toady blinked. "He doesn't look endangered." "No, but your hand is endangered," said Judy. "Better put him back before he pees on you." "I kind of hate to see him go," said Frank. "But Mr. Todd said, remember, if you catch a creature in the wild, you have to put it back." "Toad napping is the same thing as hurting the planet," Judy explained. "Just think how happy he'll be," said Rocky. They carried Toady down to the stream behind Judy's house. "I'll miss you, Toady," said Judy. "But the time has come for you to join your Toady friends and do your Toady things. Go make this planet a better place." On the count of 3, Judy, Rocky, and Frank gently tipped over the yogurt container on its side and let Toady go. "Goodbye, Toadster," said Rocky. "Watch out for acid rain," said Frank. Toady blinked once. Then bloomp, he plopped into the water. In 1, 2, 3 bubbles, Toady was gone. Nice send-off, said Frank. It's for a good cause, said Rocky. Totally awesome, said Judy. Rocky and Frank went home. She, Judy Moody, was on her way to making the world a better place. The Toad Pea Club had taken one small step for Toadkind and one giant leapfrog for humankind. It took Stink 1 hour and 28 minutes to notice that Toady was gone. Endangered, as in G-O-N-E, gone. Toady's gone? asked Stink. Oh no, what if he got swallowed by a snake or gobbled by a giant hawk? It's all my fault for leaving him in the tent. Why didn't you do something? I did, said Judy, and she broke the good news about how letting Toady go to make the planet a better place. If Stink were a poison dart frog, he would have spit poison at Judy. If Stink were a volcano, he would have spewed lava. It's not fair, Stink moaned. Toady was my pet. Toady belonged to all the members of the Toad Pea Club. But I took care of him mostly, said Stink. How can letting him go make the world a better place? I think it makes it a worse place, if you ask me. Stink, you'd be pond scum if you kept Toady locked up in that aquarium, said Judy. That aquarium is like being in jail. You're gonna be in jail as soon as I tell Mom and Dad. Look at it this way. Toady gets to be free, and now there will be even more toads. Don't you get it? I get that you stole my toad. Sometimes Stink could be as stubborn as a hard-headed hornbill. Now we don't even have a mascot for our club, said Stink. Judy grabbed Mouse. Mouse could be our new mascot. The Mouse Pea Club? I don't think so, said Stink. See, if it wasn't for Toady, there wouldn't even be Toad Pea Club. There will be other toads to pee on us, Stink, I promise. I'm still telling, said Stink. Chapter 7. Luna 2. The next day, Judy came home from school and climbed a tree. She, Judy Moody, was in trouble with a capital T. Why was her whole family mad at her for letting a toad go free? She was just doing her part to save the world. Stink saw her in the tree. Hey, no fair. Mom and Dad said you had to go straight to your room. This is my room, said Judy. I'm going to live up here now, like Julia Butterfly Hill. Who? The girl who lived in a tree for 2 years. Mr. Todd told us. They were going to cut down some ancient redwoods in California, so Julia Butterfly Hill climbed one of the trees and stayed there. They couldn't cut down a tree with a person in it. She even named the tree Luna. You can't just live in a tree, Judy, said Stink. Judy Monarch Moody to you. Oh, brother, said Stink. If I live in this tree, newspapers will come, and TV people, and everybody will learn how important trees are. I'll call my tree Luna too. How about lunatic, said Stink. Hardy har har, said Judy. Stink, you will have to be the gopher. Gopher? A gopher sounds more like a rat. An important rat, said Judy. Go get me my walkie-talkies. It will be like Julia Butterfly Hill's solar-powered cell phone. That's how I'll talk to people. Stink came back with the walkie-talkies. Judy climbed down to a lower branch, and Stink stood on a milk crate to pass them up to her. Now get me my flashlight. It's going to get dark up here. Stink went and got her the flashlight. Now, can you get me a glass of water? Asked Judy. Water? What's the water for? Asked Stink. I'm thirsty. Forget it, said Stink. I'll pay you 50 cents. How long are you going to be up there? Stink asked, thinking of all the money he could make. Julia Butterfly Hill was in her tree for 738 days. Sooner or later, Stink, you're going to have to get me some water. And lentils. Julia Butterfly Hill ate lentils. Lentils? You never ate a lentil in your life, Stink said. He got a bottle of water. You owe me 50 cents, said Stink. We're all out of lentils. I forgot I used them to make my Empire State Building in social studies. I guess I'll learn to like lima beans, said Judy. Ick. Rocky's on his way over, said Stink. He called and I told him you live in a tree now. I told him you are going to be in big trouble when Mom and Dad find out that you didn't go straight to your room. This is my room. Then can I have your room inside the house? Rocky raced around the corner into the backyard. What's up, Judy? Besides you, I mean. He cracked himself up. Judy didn't laugh. Judy didn't say a word. You have to call her Judy Monarch Moody, said Stink. Oh, I get it, said Rocky. Like that girl who lived in the tree. What are you going to do if it rains? I'll stay under the leaves, said Judy. What about when it gets dark? Asked Rocky. I have a flashlight, she said. See what I mean, said Stink. First she went crazy over some trash. Then it was a weird beetle. She's driving me up the tree. Oh no, not you too. Rocky and Stink fell on the ground laughing. How are we going to get her down from there? Stink asked Rocky. Mr. Todd said the tree cutters tried playing loud music and shining bright lights at Julia Butterfly Hill all night to make her come down, said Rocky. Time for Operation Boombox, said Stink. They blasted loud music to annoy Judy into coming down. She just put her hands over her ears and hummed, Oh, beautiful for spacious skies. What else did they try on Julia? Asked Stink. Lawsuits, said Rocky. I'll sue you if you don't come down, yelled Stink. For what? Asked Judy. For staying up in a tree and getting out of your punishment or something. Or something, said Judy. Let's try shaking the tree, said Rocky. They put their hands around the tree and shook, but the tree did not budge one leaf. Tree bark is worse than bug bites, Stink said, showing his scraped up arms. Hey, Judy, I need a doctor. For real, go get your doctor kit. Nice try, said Judy Monarch Butterfly. Judy Monarch Moody. Oh, jeez. So many names. Just then, Mouse came outside and bolted up the tree. Thanks for the company, called Judy. Now I won't get lonely up here. Great, said Stink. Now Mouse won't come down either. And we'll have to call her Mouse Swallowtail Moody or something. I have to stay up here, said Judy, for the sake of all the trees, and owls and flying squirrels and all the things that need trees, even people and toads. Let's just leave her up there, said Stink. Who cares if she falls? Who cares if she gets in big trouble? Even Judy Monarch Moody can't stay up there for forever. You have to go to school, called Rocky. Julia Butterfly Hill got a PhD from college while she was up in the tree, Judy called back. Maybe if we ignore her, she'll come down, said Rocky. Operation Ignore Judy, said Stink. Stink and Rocky went inside. Mouse leaped from a branch and followed them. Traitor, Judy yelled after her cat. Living in a tree was a little lonely. Judy wondered if Julia Butterfly Hill got lonely too. 738 days was a long time. Judy had hardly lasted 738 seconds. A few minutes later, Stink and Rocky ran back outside. Stink waved an envelope in the air. Hey, you up there, said Stink. Judy Monarch Moody? What now? Asked Judy. You got a letter from the Crazy Strips contest, Rocky yelled up at her. Really? Said Judy, looking down from her perch. Open it and read it to me. No way, said Stink. You have to come down and find out for yourself. I'm not going to fall for that trick, Stink, said Judy. I'll read it, said Stink. He opened the envelope and unfolded the letter. Dear Judy Moody, read Stink. I guess they don't know your middle name is Monarch. Just read it, said Judy. Congratulations, you are a winner of the Crazy Strips design for your own bandage contest. Judy could not believe her ears. She dropped down from her branch. She dropped down from her branch in Luna 2 like a leopard to its prey. Let me see that. Out loud, she read, Dear Judy Moody. Oh, okay. Judy could not believe her ears. She dropped down from her branch in Luna 2, like a leopard to its prey. Let me see that. Out loud, she read, Dear Judy Moody, we miss your smile. Please call us to schedule an appointment with your doctor at... Stink and Rocky cracked up as bad as Brazil nuts. Stink, Judy wailed. You tricked me. This is not from the Crazy Strips company. You got me to come out of my tree because the dentist missed my smile? It worked, said Stink. Take a good look at this smile, said Judy, baring her teeth, Siberian tiger style. Does this mean I can't have your room? Asked Stink. Roar, said Judy. And next chapter is Batty for Band-Aids. When Judy, Stink, and Rocky got off the bus after school the next day, Stink called, "Race you to the mailbox," but Judy did not run after Stink. She stayed right where she was so she could watch Rocky do his new disappearing bubblegum trick. That's when they heard Stink yell from across the street, "The Crazy Strips contest, Judy, you won!" He waved an envelope in the air. "Stink, you lie like a rug," said Judy. "I'm not falling for that trick again. It says contest winner right here in fat red letters." "If this is a trick, you're up a tree," Judy said, crossing the street. "Maybe it's not a trick this time," said Rocky, walking beside her. "What did she win?" "Rollerblades," said Stink. "Rollerblades do not fit in an envelope, Stink." "Maybe you're a runner-up then," said Stink. "Maybe you won sunglasses." "Sunglasses don't fit in an envelope either. Give it." Judy grabbed the envelope and tore it open. "Dear Miss Moody, congratulations. Enclosed, please find an honorable mention certificate for entering your Crazy Strips contest. Great job." "Certificate?" yelled Judy. "That's all I get for Heal the World? One crummy certificate? A certificate is not even close to rollerblades. A certificate will not decorate the ankles of millions." "An honorable mention certificate is like winning second place," said Rocky. Judy covered up her ears. "Don't even mention the word certificate again." "At least you got something," said Stink. "Yeah," Rocky said. "Stink didn't even get a certificate." That cheered Judy up a little. "Well, at least I get to hang something in the Moody Hall of Fame on the fridge." Just then, Stink dropped the mailbox. Just then, Stink dropped the mail. Catalogs and envelopes flew every which way. "Help!" yelled Stink. A letter flew out from inside a catalog and landed on the driveway. "Wait," called Stink, picking up the letter. "I got one too." "Let's see if you still think certificates are so great," said Judy. Stink took his time opening the envelope. "Stink, I'll be in 4th grade by the time you get that open. Hurry up, read it." Stink read the letter. "Dear Mr. Moody, congratulations. You are a winner in the Crazy Strips Design Your Own Band-Aid contest. Your design, Batty for Band-Aids, will be featured Crazy Strip of the Month for October." "Crazy Strip of the Month," said Stink, jumping up and down and waving the letter in the air. "I got Crazy Strip of the Month." "Let me see that, Judy." And Judy read the letter with her own eyes. How could this be? Her very own stinky little brother won the Strip of the Month. "What's wrong with these people?" cried Judy, shaking the letter. "Did they have bats in their bell fries? Band-aids for brains?" "What's wrong with these people?" cried Judy, shaking the letter. "Did they have bats in their bell fries? Band-aids for brains? Don't they know that bats have beady little eyes and squished up noses like a pig? Don't they know bats look like vampires?" "At least they don't look like flying footballs," said Stink. "Don't they even care about healing the world?" Judy said. "Big-eared bats are endangered," said Stink. "Putting them on a Crazy Strip is like healing the world." "Roar," said Judy. "Big-eared bats were going to decorate the ankles of millions. Meanwhile, the entire state of Virginia would be stepping on the Northeast Beach tiger beetle and not even knowing it." "Hey, what about your rollerblades?" asked Rocky. "It says here I won a pair of Crazy Strip sunglasses," said Stink. "That must be your prize," said Rocky, pointing to a big box on the porch. Stink and Rocky ran over, with Judy right behind them. "It's from the Crazy Strips Company," said Stink. "My sunglasses." "They must be sunglasses for a rhino," said Judy. "Maybe they messed up and sent us rollerblades by mistake," said Rocky. "I hope they're black with red racing stripes and a silver—" "Stink, just open the box," said Judy. Stink ripped into the box. It was not rollerblades. It was not sunglasses. And it was not sunglasses for a rhino. It was Crazy Strips. Tons of Crazy Strips. Gazillions of Crazy Strips. A lifetime supply. At least 10 boxes. "Rare," whispered Judy. "Wowee," said Rocky. "I've never seen so many Crazy Strips." "I have," said Stink, pointing to Judy, queen of the Crazy Strips. "But these are M-I-N-E, mine." "You drew this?" asked Rocky, looking at Stink's design. "Double cool." "Wow, your very own original Crazy Strip," said Judy. She couldn't help but feeling like a green bean. Green with envy. Hey, here's my sunglasses, said Stink, digging down to the bottom of the box. They were shaped like a Band-Aid. He put them on and looked at the sun. They really work, said Stink. Lucky, said Judy. Those will protect you from the giant hole in the ozone over Antarctica. Stink had his very own crazy strip. Her very own batty little brother was now as famous as Josephine Dixon, inventor of the adhesive bandage. If it weren't for that giant hole in the sky, she, Judy Moody, would move to Antarctica. Do you think they have bats in Antarctica? Judy asked. Frozen bats, said Stink. Ow! Judy tipped her head toward the ozone layer and let out a long howler monkey howl. All right, Project Pencil. The next morning and the next one after that, Judy woke up feeling like a sloth moth. Project Pencil. The next morning and the next one after that, Judy woke up feeling like a sloth moth. She could hardly make herself get out of bed. Saving the world was not going so well. She hadn't done anything really important, like heal the world with her own crazy strip. So far, she had only saved 4 banana peels, a lunch bag, and a toad. On Friday morning, Judy ate her no-garbage breakfast in silence. She packed her no-garbage lunch by herself. She didn't say a word when Stink stuck crazy strips all over his arms, elbows, knees, and chin. These crazy strips itch, said Stink, peeling off the one on his elbow. Judy couldn't stand it one more minute. If those were my crazy strips, said Judy, I'd be happy to itch. I would not scratch one, and I would never, not ever, peel it off. Not even in the bathtub. In school, Judy did not raise her hand once. She did not pass a note to Frank. She did nothing but chew her grouchy pencil all through spelling. She, Judy Moody, was in a pencil-snapping mood. When it was time for science, Mr. Todd took off his watch and said, I want everybody to sit still for 60 seconds. I'll time you. When the minute was up, Mr. Todd said, in that minute, 100 acres of trees in the rainforest were just destroyed. That's 70 football fields. No way, went through the class. We all depend on the rainforest, said Mr. Todd, for things we eat and wear and use every single day. Think about it. Even your wooden pencil and rubber eraser could be from the rainforest. 98% of the cedar wood used for pencils comes from the rainforest trees. Judy stopped chewing on her grouchy pencil. She stared at it. The grouchy face looked even grouchier. This pencil used to be a tree, a rainforest tree. She, Judy Moody, would never ever use a pencil again. Not even a grouchy pencil. If we help save the rainforest, we help save the planet, said Mr. Todd. Suddenly, Judy had a plan, a perfect save-the-world plan. All she had to do was skip recess. When all the kids hurried outside to the playground, Judy sneaked back into the classroom. This was her big chance. Inside each desk was a pencil holder. Judy raced around the room and took the pencils from each desk. Then she hid them inside a flower vase. As soon as recess was over, it was time for math. Take out your workbook, said Mr. Todd. Let's get those pencils working. Uh-oh, Judy thought. Hey, my pencil's gone. Mine too. Mine was right there. Mr. Todd, somebody stole our pencils. The whole class was in an uproar. Okay, is somebody playing a joke? Asked Mr. Todd. Nobody answered. Do any of you know anything about the missing pencils? Judy kept her head down and pretended to work out math problems. Brad looked at Judy. She was the only one not complaining about her missing pencil, and she was doing math problems with a P-N-E pen. Pencil thief, Brad yelled, pointing at her. Judy Moody stole our pencils. Judy felt the eyes of 21 third-grader pencil lovers turn to glare at her. Judy, Mr. Todd came over to her desk. What do you know about these missing pencils? Okay, I took them, Judy confessed, because I think we should stop using pencils. Stop using pencils? That's nuts, Brad said. To help save the rainforest, said Judy. Class, what do you think? Asked Mr. Todd. We just want our pencils back, said Leo. Judy could not believe these third-grade pencil freaks. Were they in the ozone? Didn't they care that 70 football fields of trees a minute were being cut down? She wished they would all move to Pennsylvania. I think we should save the rainforest, said Frank. Me too, said Haley. Me three, Rocky said. Yeah, but we can't just give up pencils forever, said Randy. We have to write stuff and erase, like in math. How can we save the world without math? Maybe we don't have to use so many, said Jessica Finch. One pencil can draw a line 35 miles long. We could all promise to use the same pencil until 5th grade. How did Jessica Finch know so much about pencils? Maybe she wasn't such a fink after all. How many pencils can you get from a tree? Judy asked. None, said Brad. Pencils don't grow on trees. Hardy har har, said Judy. I mean, can you get a lot of pencils from one tree? For real? One tree can make 172,000 pencils, said Jessica Finch. I read it in my Ranger Rick magazine. Wow, one tree could make all the pencils in our school. All the pencils in Virginia. We could plant a tree in the rainforest then, said Judy. You know, for the Virginia Dare School, to make up for all the pencils we use. Kids all over the world raise money to protect rainforests, Jessica told the class. It only costs $1 to have one tree planted in the children's rainforest in Costa Rica. If it only cost $1, Judy said, then we could send money for them to plant trees, and our class can adopt them. Wow, everybody said. Let's do it. Class, any ideas about how to raise some money? Mr. Todd asked. How about a car wash? Said Lucy. We could sell stuff, said Adam, like cookies. My sister put on a play in 5th grade and made money to help save the whales, said Jessica. She even won a giraffe award for it. A giraffe award? For somebody who sticks their neck out for a good cause, Judy could hardly wait till 5th grade. Maybe we could put on a magic show, said Rocky. Or we could collect a bunch of stuff to recycle, said Frank, and get money for it. The recycle center gives 5 cents to each pop bottle and milk jug. Rare, said Judy. Double cool, said Rocky. A bottle drive sounds like a fine idea, said Mr. Todd. We could raise money while recycling at the same time. What do you say, class? Do you think we could collect enough bottles? Yes, everybody yelled. It was settled. The Virginia Dare School Class 3T was going into the bottle business, starting with their very own cafeteria. The 3rd graders spent the afternoon rounding up milk jugs from all over the school. They piled up plastic bottles from the kindergarten classrooms and from the teacher's lunchroom. They even rescued some of the trash. Class 3T worked as hard as an army of leaf cutter ants. It was cool and... wait. Class 3T worked as hard as an army of leaf cutter ants. That was cool how you got us out of math, whispered Frank. This is more fun than when you put my arm in a cast, said Jessica. We still need a ton more bottles if we're going to save the rainforest, said Rocky. Rocky's right, Mr. Todd said. Let's go home and see how many bottles we can collect over the weekend. Ask your family and neighbors. Tell your friends. Judy Moody felt as sharp as a pencil point. They were just a few days and a few hundred bottles away from saving the rainforest. She was in a Judy Moody best mood ever. At last, she was on her way to saving the world, and the best part was she no longer had to do it all by herself. Class 3T would save the world together, like an ecosystem. She, Judy Monarch Moody, knew just how a butterfly felt coming out of a chrysalis, light as a feather. Next chapter. Batty for bottles. Let's go on a bottle hunt, said Rocky, after school. I sure hope bottles are easier to find than Northeast Beach tiger beetles, Judy said. They raided Rocky's garage first and found 2 milk crates full of bottles that had not been recycled. Rare, said Judy. 27 bottles. But they're all smushed. I forgot my mom stomps them. That's okay, said Judy. They're ABC bottles, already been crushed. At Judy's, her mother had left a stash of milk jugs that she was saving to make bird feeders. Dad didn't have any bottles, so she gave Rocky and Judy $1 bill to plant a tree instead. Thanks, Mr. Moody, said Rocky. Judy kissed George Washington right on his presidential nose. Does this mean I can wear lipstick again? Asked Mom. And can I drink my coffee? Said Dad. Yes, but not too much, laughed Judy. No fair, said Stink. I'd plant a tree too if I had $1 or something. Or something, said Judy. All the next week, Class 3T piled up a mountain of bottles in the multi-purpose room. Bags of bottles, boxes of bottles, bins full of bottles. Great teamwork, class, said Mr. Todd. Did you know we throw away 2.5 million plastic bottles each hour in this country? In 3 months, we throw away enough bottles to circle the globe. Look out, said Rocky. Bottles are taking over the earth. People should recycle them, said Jessica Fink-Finch. My dad has a jacket made out of recycled plastic bottles. My socks are made out of bottles, too. No way, said Judy. She turned around to take a look at the plastic bottle socks. They looked regular. They did not look like plastic at all. It's true, said Mr. Todd. All that plastic can be recycled to make toys and coat hangers and picture frames, even recycling bins. How many bottles do you think we have so far? Asked Jessica. Let's pile them all together and see how high they go, said Brad. Class 3T spent their math class piling up bottles and bottles and bottles. We should call it Bottle Mountain, said Rocky. Double cool, said Frank. It looks like a giant igloo. When they had added every last bottle, Mr. Todd said, Tomorrow's the big day. Tomorrow we'll find out the grand total number that we have collected. Our principal, Miss Tuxedo, will make an announcement to tell the school how much money we've raised. Now let's hurry back to class so nobody misses the bus. Tomorrow, said Judy. That's 24 more hours. She couldn't wait to find out how many trees would be planted in the rainforest for Virginia Dare's school. All right. The winking disease. When Judy and Rocky stepped off the bus on Friday morning, Miss Tuxedo was standing outside the school doors. How's it going, you two? Pretty good, I guess, said Judy. Today we find out how many trees we're going to plant, said Rocky. That's right, the principal said. You both have a good day, and she winked. Judy looked at Rocky. Rocky looked at Judy. In Judy Moody's entire third grade life, she was sure she had never seen the principal wink at anybody. Judy and Rocky hurried to the multi-purpose room before class to look at the mountain of bottles again, but the doors were locked. When they got to 3T, Mr. Todd was standing in the doorway. Isn't it a lovely Friday, he said. Then he winked. In Judy Moody's entire third grade life, she had never heard Mr. Todd say the word lovely, and for sure and absolutely positive she had never seen him wink. Something's up, she told Rocky. Judy sat down next to Frank. Know what? Something's funny. All the teachers have a winking disease today. A winking disease? Yeah, you know. When they wink at you and say nice things. While Judy waited for the day to begin, she looked around the room at all the other kids in her ecosystem. Not one third grader was absent, and every single person in 3T had pitched in and collected bottles. Class, said Mr. Todd, blinking the lights to get their attention. Announcements, listen up. Judy Moody squirmed all through morning announcements. A Mexican jumping bean could have done a better job of sitting still. And now, came Mrs. Tuxedo's voice over the PA system, the moment that you've all been waiting for. Judy Moody sat up super straight and used her best third grade listening ears. As you know, Mr. Todd's room, Class 3T, has been collecting bottles this week to raise money for the rainforest. This money will go on behalf of the Virginia Dare School to plant trees in children's rainforest in Costa Rica. Thanks to Class 3T, the Virginia Dare School has collected 1,961 bottles. That means we will be planting 98 trees to help save the rainforest. 98! Suddenly, Judy remembered the dollars from her dad. 2 more dollars meant 2 more trees. 100 trees. Class 3T went wild, jumping up and down, clapping and whooping and hollering like owls. We'd like to show our appreciation to our third graders in a special assembly today at 2:30. This will provide the whole school with a chance to give them a big hand and show them how proud we are of their hard work and their efforts for such a good cause. Lunch today is Sloppy Joe's, Mrs. Tuxedo continued. Tickets go on sale Monday for the school fair, and will Judy Moody please report to the office? Uh-oh, Judy's in trouble, Jessica Finch said. Nobody's in trouble, Mr. Todd said. Judy's going to represent our class at the assembly today. After all, She got us thinking about our pencils, and before we knew it, we were planting trees in the rainforest. Judy, go ahead to the office and find out what Miss Tuxedo would like you to do. Judy walked as fast as she could without running down the great green halls of Virginia Deer School to the front office. The third grade papier-mâché masks outside the door seemed to wink at her. The second grade self-portraits grinned, and the first grade sunflowers on the wall stood up prouder. Miss Tuxedo took Judy into the multi-purpose room. The principal showed Judy where to sit in the front row and told her when to come up on stage. When I call you up on stage, I'll hand you something for your class. You accept it, then walk across the stage and rejoin your class. Is it a certificate? Asked Judy. It's a surprise. It'll be fun, you'll see, said the principal, and she winked. So this is what all the winking is about, Judy thought. At 2:25, Mr. Todd's class hurried to the multi-purpose room, and Judy took her seat in the front row. The room was dark. The curtains went up. A single spotlight shone on Miss Tuxedo. Everybody clapped. Today, boys and girls, we are here to show how proud we are of Class 3T. They showed excellent teamwork on a project raising money to plant trees in the children's rainforest in Costa Rica. Because of them, 100 trees will be planted for the Virginia Deer School. Margaret Mead says, "Never doubt that a small group of concerned people can change the world. Our special thanks to 3T for helping to change the world." Everybody cheered and clapped some more. Ranger Piner is here as our special guest from the County Parks Department. Ranger Piner is here as our special guest from the County Parks Department. They have donated a cedar tree, like the ones in the rainforest, to Virginia Deer School. Right after the assembly, Ranger Piner will help Mr. Todd's class plant the tree in front of our school. To show our appreciation, I have here for every member of the class a t-shirt and a gift certificate for one of the free rainforest mist ice cream cones from Screaming Mimi's. Mrs. Tuxedo waved an envelope in the air and held up one of the t-shirts. It said, "Turn plastic into trees," under a picture of a tree made out of bottles. Judy's class jumped up and down and hooted some more. A t-shirt with words, and the kind of gift certificate that got you a free ice cream. Saving the world was even better than Judy thought. There's one person who proved to be a good friend to the whole planet, and I'd like her to come up on stage. Judy Moody. Judy looked back at Mr. Todd, and he motioned for her to go up on stage. Judy Moody stood in the bright beam of light and tried not to squint. She looked out at all of her classmates from 3T, who had helped plant trees and save the rainforest. They waved their hands in the air and gave a howler monkey hoot. Miss Tuxedo continued, "Usually this award goes to one 5th grade student, but today I think the whole 3rd grade class is deserving." "Award," Judy said, sitting up straighter. "Class 3T has made a contribution that will not only help our community, but the larger community, our planet, our world. Judy Moody in Class 3T, let me present the award for somebody who really sticks their neck out, the Giraffe Award." The giraffe! Judy could not believe her ears, even her best 3rd grade listening ears. Everybody wanted to be a giraffe when they got to 5th grade. She, Judy Moody, was a giraffe in 3rd grade. Miss Tuxedo handed her a gold trophy of a giraffe. "Let's give a hand for 3T. Then all of the 3rd grade giraffes came up on stage and joined hands to get their picture taken in their new bottle tree t-shirts. Cameras snapped and bulbs flashed. One of the cameras was Dad. Dad reached up to give Judy a hug. "I brought the car," said Dad. "I thought I'd help take bottles to the recycling center after school." "Rare," said Judy. "We're proud of you, kiddos," said Dad. "All of you." Judy smiled. Not a Siberian tiger smile, a real smile, the kind the dentist would really miss seeing. Class 3T had joined together to make a difference. 100 brand new trees would be planted like a band-aid for the rainforest, and she, Judy Moody, had played a small part in saving the world. Judy stood in the center of the 3T ecosystem. She held the trophy high and stretched her neck as tall as a true giraffe. And that is the end of Judy Moody Saves the World. There were a lot more big words than I remember when reading as a kid, but got through it, and the tongue twisters and it all. And I hope you enjoyed and learned anything new from it, and thanks for watching.